Hello all, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all good. Today I thought we'd do a Q&A with my favourite person in my life, my hubby, Mr. Wheeler. He's also got his own channel. Go check him out on Christian Wheeler, and like and subscribe to his videos. Okay, so what I thought I'd do is I've been having thoughts about different labels, genders, where we are, the way we are, plus family, no insults, family issues, and how I feel about them too. So what we've done, we've written down some questions and hope I can answer them, even though I had it all worked out and what I was going to say in the bath. So I should have done it back then. Okay. So get my hubby to ask questions and see if I can answer them best I can, and that's my knowledge too. Okay.
First one is LGBT labels. What are they?
Okay, LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and there is also queer, intersex, asexual, pansexual, demisexual. There is a few more. I'm not sure what they are, but again, these are just all labels. They may mean something to the community and how they want to be known as or what to be in their own frame of mind and body, in a sense. I've been having problems with myself, my own sexuality, even I say it's in question, whether to be lesbian or pansexual. So these things I still got to work out for myself and no one else too. The reason is because now I've had my own issues downstairs. It's all been taken away. Does my sexuality change to lesbian, or can I just say pansexual? Who knows? That's all for me to work out and hopefully come to some sort of conclusion. It doesn't matter what's between the legs at all. It shouldn't matter at all. What happens upstairs in the brain area, the mind area. It's up to you. So, and you can work it out, and so can I too.
I think the point is that labels can be a useful start to help you work things out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to completely define you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very much a small part, maybe a fundamental part, but still a small part of who you are as an entirety.
So it comes under gender and sexuality too.
So what does it mean to you?
Gender is the brain. If I'm right, the brain thing. It wasn't mine. How you feel about yourself.
Yeah, your mindset.
One is the dysmorphia. This will come later if you wish to transition. Dysphoria will set in before the dysmorphia does. So
dysmorphia is to do with the body. Dysphoria is to do with the mind, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it is. Yes.
So it's a fundamental sort of mismatch between your mind and your body.
As I always said, I've always known I was female, even from the early age. It's just proving myself that I can still be female in my own mind, in my own body too. Even minus the part downstairs, which doesn't really matter at all. I do think about being non-binary for quite some time or a while, but that still doesn't tell everyone what my own brain, my own thoughts too. I could never feel comfortable in men's clothes, or even it's just what's the word I'm looking for? Neutral, gender neutral. I've tried it for a couple of days, but I can't do it. I just can't. I've always said that I feel comfy in a dress, and hopefully to remain in the dress, or even black trousers and a good top too. But I wanted to try out some new fashion, new ways of making myself feel comfortable. Hopefully to be more female or feminize the looks and style too. As I said before, I still see him mostly in the mirror, but
that is very much within your mind.
It's this way that talks to me quite a lot,
and it's still there.
It is.
It's an ongoing battle.
Yeah, but despite what people say that you look female, you are female. But to me, it matters more to what I think, feel, even though it might be a negative intrusive thoughts of the mind. Again, this is something I have to get over too. These also bring on panic attacks too. It's the thought about being clocked by other people if I'm in town on my own. Again, this has to stop, so I'm hopefully going to get help with this either next week or whenever I get a new care coordinator. Again, sexuality it's still a mystery, but I don't really want to label myself as anything really. You can love who you want, be with whoever you want. I mean, yes, I've made my choice. I've married a person of my dreams, even though he's a bit mad too. But yes, he wasn't. So sexuality doesn't really come into it really. It's even though if I put a mark on it, maybe pansexual. So even though I do look at females quite a lot, I'm hoping to put this down to look at the way their stance is, the way they hold themselves, their fashion, the way they talk, the pitch of the talk, the tone. Yeah, I'm hoping that's going to be that anyway. That's how I look at females that way. I mean, I couldn't do it sexually. Even though we have our own sexual ways, which I'm not gonna say on here because it's too personal, and I don't think YouTube will allow it. So that's down to us what we do.
You don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so that covers that too.
I think the main thing is with your sexuality and your gender is they're separate but so intertwined that one will have an effect on the other. And when you change your physical gender, as in you go through the transition and the surgery, it can bring up lots of conflicting emotions and feelings about how you feel about your body and your sexuality.
Mainly in EUPD traits too. This also happens too with anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, feeling alone. You can't cope really. So.
Yeah, fear of abandonment is one big one, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's of course a big cause of different personalities or multiple personalities. It's knowing where you stand for yourself and not letting anyone else in to say where you should be in life. What's normal? What's not normal? What's perfection? I've said it before. There's no such thing as normality or perfection in this life or transition.
That brings us on to another question. Normality and perfection, does it exist?
It doesn't. But some say that transition for us is not right. So they wish to act. They want us to be somewhat normal in their eyes. Even though they've known the old person, or the other gender for so many years, and to see them change to another gender and stick with it, they think it's not the norm, or
it's not easy to accept.
It's not,
especially when you've known that person for a long time, and it is really tough for family to understand.
So that's why I had to step back from my own family, give them peace of mind, and hopefully to have my own self to help my own self. Come on, look. Help myself to try and be my own peer support, and try to figure things out for myself, and hopefully the family might come around to think, okay, we can try to be there for her and try and support, even though I'm sure they do in their own way. The way I see it, I don't think they do a lot at all. But I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but I don't think they do. People say don't change, but when you're around family, you have to change for them to actually be in their sort of their comfort zone and try to be somewhat normal, even though it doesn't exist. We don't want to be normal. Trying to get them to come to level where you can listen to each other, know what's spoken, what's not to be said, and what is to be said. It has to be 50-50 level. It can't be just one way in our eyes, on their eyes too. So we have somewhere meet in the middle. This may help calm their mind on both sides, but it's up to them if they want to listen to you at the end of the day. But we can't just walk away and just leave them to it and say, okay, we'll give them time to come around to the way of our life, our thinking.
I think that the point is that when you're going through a very difficult adjustment and you've got a condition like EUPD, which is one of the borderline personality disorders, it can be particularly difficult to understand what's going on, and we understand that people aren't going to like it, because it can be quite
harmful. On some sort of
it can be quite disruptive to normal life, and it's crippling. The traits are they actually do really stop you being able to live a normal life.
It says me, I don't actually want to leave a safe place, even though I've been told to forget bad, just go to a safe place, which is either this house or Susie. So I am stuck sometimes. If I go out shopping, I gotta take my care with me. But if it's not about, then what do? Do I manage it? If I can say going out for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Sometimes you have to test yourself and see if you can do it. And a short little trip, and you say, yeah, I did it today. It's a win. Some days you try it and it's panic overwhelms you, and you just have to put that down to say, well, okay, I tried and didn't go so well today, but
didn't work. So I'll try again another day, and so forth.
it's finding those techniques to help you manage those feelings of panic. Things like, putting headphones in, listening to some music so you can't physically hear what anybody else is saying.
Yeah, then you walk out in front of a bus.
There is that risk, yes. But you do have your eyes as well.
Yes, we do.
So it is particularly difficult when you've got all these traits, and then you've got
heavy voices and stuff you can't get rid of. They're trying. It's like, are they messages or are they just trying to annoy you? Don't know.
Yeah, so you have to be quite understanding, and a lot of people, even now in our society where people are starting to talk about mental health issues, they are still very intolerant and not wanting to talk about it. And I think it's still a long way off of happening to sort of talk about what is
what's not
what's
normal.
good mental health, what's not good mental health, and how to manage it, and to some extent everybody has their own responsibility to look after their own mental health. But at some point, sometimes life throws things, curveballs, and it ends up being too much sometimes, and you just have to...
It's a different challenge, a new challenge every day.
Yeah, you have to be, easy on yourself.
But it's not that easy, is it really? If you've got a head full of noise and it just won't turn down, you have to push the stop button sometime and try and work out what they're saying to you, what messages are. If it's them trying to help you out or them trying to put you in a bad situation or bad way again. But it's I mean, the moral of this is trying to work out what's best for you, gender, sexuality, everyday life or living. Just be yourself and just do things for you and only you. That's what I'm trying to do myself too, and see where I sort of don't fit in, because we shouldn't really fit into all. We don't need to. Just trying to find out us, and hope you have a calmer brain, calmer mind, calmer sense of well-being too. So that's what I'm trying to do myself, and why I've done this video for gender, sexuality, labels, family, what's normal, what's not normal.
So the final question is, what are your final thoughts on this?
Final thoughts, just be yourself, just find you and be you. Because in this life of transition, it's not easy. Even with complications from surgeries or wherever you've been through or going through, you can still be you. You can still be loved by people, friends, family, true friends. We have to try and help people to understand why we are the way we are and why we live the way we live, and try to be happy in some way, some sort of mind too. So yeah, everything starts with you, and we need you too. Okay, we're done, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.